Hello everybody, this is Adrienne with Sister Soul Coaching. So I did another reading today on what's happening in the world as far as politics and what's happening to our entire world with everybody, every citizen. I wanted to do a reading because I think this is so imperative that we definitely listen to what people are telling us, the warnings that are coming out. And so I wanted to use these cards. It's called the Presidential Series. I can only show you a few. It's so beautiful. I hope you can see them. The presidents in this card deck covers like Trump, Obama. Every one of them have their own series. Let's see, Bush, George Bush II, Biden. So every one of them have their own pip card. Okay. So the card I pulled out, today was I wanted to know what do we need, the citizens of the world need to concentrate on this week. What's a warning for us of the things that we need to take care of this week. And the card that came out was the Nine of Pentacles, which is with Trump. And as you all know, Trump is going through, he's just been indicted again for the fourth issue. And I think they said if you read all the crimes that they've penned against him regarding state and federal combined, there's like 78 crimes they've arrested him for and indicted him for in total. That's across state laws and federal laws and federal indictments. So he has a hill to climb. And I'm telling y'all this, I don't like Trump. I never liked Trump. I followed Trump since the 80s, y'all, so I know about Trump. You know, he wanted to become president really bad. And when he chose to run for presidency, and he agreed to do some things for the WEF, for the World Economic Forum, for these people above him, that if he won, he would carry these things out. And unfortunately with Trump, because Trump's all about Trump, when he got in office, I think he started to see that some of the things didn't make sense, and he didn't follow the program. Because he didn't follow the program, they impeached him twice. And they thought that would embarrass him, but it didn't embarrass Trump. You cannot embarrass Trump. Trump is not easily embarrassed because of his personality. Teflon Don is what they used to call him. But he got in office. He did some of the things they wanted him to do. Then they turned against him, especially when the COVID issue started happening. And he was like, oh, why can't people just take bleach? You know, insert bleach and take care of the COVID thing. And he believed in some of the medicines that other people said that they should try to eradicate COVID. He talked about Ukraine before we even know there was going to be a war in Ukraine. He was talking about the Bidens being involved with the Ukraine and all this stuff. There's stuff he knew, and there's stuff he talked about that he should not have talked about, and he let loose. He was the WF is for one world government, and Trump was more about American nationalism. And so there was things he went against the people who put him in office, and they didn't like that. So they done impeached him twice, and they now have 78 counts of crimes against him because he's still running for office. And they're like, dude, now they know they just can't outright come and suicide him. So they're gonna try to embarrass him and then tick him off and take all his money by keep him in court. So if he ever goes to jail, he may be an Epstein issue, but until then, they're going to try to embarrass him and cover things about him. They're going to try to ruin him financially and every other way you possibly can. But those people behind Trump are behind Trump. That's the important. That's the interesting thing, that he's even leading in the polls. So the people who are trying to take Trump down is only because he did not follow the agenda, y'all. And I got to give him credit for that, y'all. I got to give him credit because he didn't follow the agenda, but he did sign up for it. And what you don't know about the mafia, and maybe you do know about the mafia, and I think this whole thing is like mafia-esque, is that when you join them and you promise to do something, you better do it. You can't just walk away free. So he's learning his lesson, and maybe he already knew it all along too, that and maybe he didn't think it applied to him because he's Teflon Don, that he could just break all the oaths he took and he could just walk away and do what he wanted to do. And they're saying, look, dude, you can't. We're going to take you down. We can't just outright suicide you because people wouldn't know it was us. So we're going to do it a different way. So unfortunately, so that's what the Trump card that's coming out now, that, you know, he is in trouble. But also for the warning for us, the Nine of Pentacles is about money, and it's about the CBDCs, the the digital currency. It's about getting out of debt. A lot of people who had student loans in the United States now have to, in the next couple months, I think probably next month, have to start paying their student loans back that they haven't paid for in 3 years. And the interest is going to start accruing. So that's going to be hard on people. The interest rates for housing is going up. Jobs are going to be lost. So it's a get yourself independent. Start working on your family, on your finances, getting yourself out of debt, buying yourself some silver and gold and other type of supplies so that you don't have to be so dependent on the government, because it's going to get rough, not just in the United States but worldwide. We're going to see a lot of people get hit in the next quarter of this year, the last quarter of this year, with job losses, increased finance interest rates, not the cost of food is going up. There's going to be a lot of people hit. Now maybe you need to get out of the at least partly get yourself out of the system of this world system of digital currency, because you know they're going to be tracking you with everything you buy and everything you sell, and your political views and all that stuff is going to be used against you and have a social score. So if you don't do what they tell you to do, you know, the help that they're going to give you, that they can give you, they will hold back from you, and you will fail. You will fail because if you can't make the money in the upcoming financial global change, you're not going to be able to take care of your family. You're not going to be able to pay for your mortgage. You're not going to be able to buy food. You're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to be at their mercy. So it's saying get yourself right. Figure out how to start saving money and taking your money, investing in things that you own outright, that you hold and you own and you can touch. Not stuff that's in the stock market. I mean, if you want to continue to put money in the stock market or the 401k, that's fine. But I think that you need to find a way and talk to maybe a financial advisor or something like that to see how you can actually leverage what you have for these future events that's about to happen. And people have been warning y'all, so nothing I'm telling you is different. I'm telling y'all that the cards are saying it's coming. Prepare yourself. Maybe it won't immediately hit you, but it could be hit people in your family who could lose their job, or could not be able to afford to pay for the necessities of life that you may need to help out with. So just be prepared, and it's going to get worse. So start building your gardens, y'all. Start creating your gardens. Get you some chickens, right? Get you some goats if you have the land for it. If you don't have the land for it, you have a patio, build you a small garden out there to help with your food supplies. That means you're going to have to start buying those cookies and buying those cakes and buying going out to the restaurants and eating out and putting your money out there. Take your money and put it into yourself. Invest in yourself. Start a business, a side business, whatever you need to do to make more money. Get yourself some Bitcoin. Get yourself some silver, gold. But definitely get you some food. Set aside some water, some fresh water, or a way to catch fresh water with filters, so that anything is put in the sky that could affect your water, you can filter it out. There's a lot of changes coming, y'all. Get yourself right. Get yourself right. And yes, because I see the Trump on the card, a lot of us could be persecuted for taking this stance. We need to stand up against what we know is wrong, so that we can. So when these changes start to happen, we're not rendered helpless and to the system that we're not in agreement to. So you're gonna have to just do the hard thing now, y'all. Y'all gonna have to start listening to us, because it's time. We need more of y'all doing these things. We need more of y'all speaking out. We need more of y'all taking care of yourself, so that when things get hard, you can take care of yourself and not have to really. Because one of the things I've heard from people is that, well, okay, well, if you're doing those things, if things get bad, then we'll just come see you. And I'm like, no, you're not. Because I've been warning you for a very long time that you need to get yourself right. You need to get your finances right. You need to get yourself some saving, get your security up, get your water up, get your food up, because you don't want to be dependent on the government, because that's the way they want us to be, dependent on them. It's much more than we ever have been. We've given them so much leeway. We elect them, and then we walk away and let them do whatever they want to do. And so now they've understood over the years that y'all don't care about what they do. Once you put them in office, you complain a little bit, but you don't do anything about it. You keep inviting them in, you keep voting them in, and we get the same outcome every single time. And now it's so rampant within government. Now they all know they can just get away and do whatever they want to do, and now it's all about their survival and their control over us. So you have to first take care of yourself. It's like you're in an airplane. They say the first person you need to put that oxygen mask on is yourself, so you can help others. You don't help others first, and then put your oxygen mask on. Help yourself. Get your family right, settled, and squared away as best you can, and then you can help others to help them do the same thing, because we need to get ourselves together. This is coming, people. You see what they're doing to Trump, because he's not following the agenda, even though he promised he would. We never did, but they expect us to do it. Get yourself together. Spread the word. Join groups in your neighborhood, in your community, in your city, and start looking into what these new laws are coming our way and how they're going to impact us, and figure out how you can stop them. I mean, there's a lot of people out there now looking at how these new laws that these governors and these states and these countries are creating, especially worldwide with the UN, and they're not liking it. You all need to be able to figure out how to stop this. We have to stop giving people power to do whatever they want to do to control us, because we don't want to take the responsibility to make decisions in our own lives. We're not doing it, and they are. If you don't want to do it, they're going to do it. I'll give you a story. I was walking my German Shepherd years ago. I had a German Shepherd, full blue, beautiful. Her name was Layla. And I was walking down the street with her. I used to walk her the same path every single day. But this day I had my cell phone with me, and I had my phone on my head, and I was talking to my friend. And we were laughing and joking. And all of a sudden, sweet little old Layla started pulling and barking at this person. This person had just pulled up into the yard in front of us. And she lived in a townhouse, and so we just was crossing over the driveway. And she had gotten out of her car. Now, she was in the military. So she was in the military. She had a military outfit on. Layla jumped up. Whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm like, what are you barking? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And she's pulling the thing, and she was a full-grown German Shepherd. She was big. And she was pulling me, and I'm like, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I tell Layla, I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying attention. And what had happened was, Layla was sweet. She was a good dog. But I'm going to tell you something. With a German Shepherd, they are created to rule and have authority. Because I was not paying attention. I'm the one supposed to be the alpha. I wasn't paying attention. So she took over. She took over. She was going to protect everything. And I'm glad she didn't bite that lady. But I'm just giving you a little bit of a story about, if we don't take control of our own lives and we're not paying attention, somebody who wants to have the authority and the control will do so. And that is what is happening. That's what they're bred to do, to these type of personalities. And because we don't pay attention, these con artists are doing it for us. They're controlling everything, and we're just sitting back saying, well, what can we do? What can we do? Well, I mean, think about it. We're the ones that vote them in office. We're the ones, it's supposed to be for the government, for the people, by the people, of the people. What happened to that? Did y'all forget that? It's time you take a stand and says, we don't like the way this world is going. We've given y'all so much leeway, and y'all, we're bankrupt. We've lost, the United States is losing its credit status. Interest rates are up. The world is in chaos, and we're still giving them control. Do you think, does that make sense to you? I think it's time somebody else took over the steering wheel. So maybe we need to really look at this and say, it's maybe time we all start saying, okay, it's our time to drive. It is. It's our lives. And we shouldn't just let a handful of people tell us what to do, especially if it's not in our best interest. So just think about that, y'all. Think about that and how you're going to react to these changes that's coming. Either you're going to stand up and say, we don't want them, and we do not agree to this, we do not comply. We will resist to this. We will come up with our own solutions. We will vote you out. I mean, and it's very hard now because there's so many that I think are being born into those families who are being projected into politics, if you get my drift. And that they're coming from the ground up. Not they're 40 years old and they decide they want to run for office. I don't think that. I think now is that when they're born, these people are going to be running for office and for political offices. Okay, or positions to assist people in office. They're being groomed to be in those roles. And we're like thinking from 50 years ago, like people just decide to have the inclination to go into office when they get a certain age, after they go to the military, after they go to college, after they have been working for a little bit of time, they want to contribute to their country. And I don't think that's the way it is anymore. I think they're being groomed from babyhood. They've been born into these families to be a part of politics and the decision makers of this world. And because they know we're not going to do it. We're going to let them do it. Anyway, I'm going to get off my high horse. Think about this. We don't want to be Trump. Don't agree to stuff you don't plan on carrying out. Understand what's going on in your world before you commit to things. But you need to take control of your life. You need to understand what's going on and not keep putting your head in the sand and thinking that it's going to get better one day, because it's not. It's going to get worse for everybody if we all just sit back and just say, oh, what can we do? Well, there's a lot you could do. Take care of your home, plan, prepare, and then help others do the same thing. And, you know, just like we had the Revolutionary War, we had the Civil War, and there's other wars all over the country, over the world rather, where people have had to come up and say, look, it's going to be hard, but we have to fight back and we need to change this regime. This is not working. I am not against government. I think the government has its place. I think we're totally being overrun by this now, and we have the opportunity now before it goes too far to change things. It's going to take a lot. And also watch out for the aliens, y'all. Y'all know we ain't the only ones in the universe, but it didn't just happen now. It's all of a sudden we have this distraction with, oh, there's aliens in the sky. Y'all need to be aware that they will use distractions. Not to say that they're not aliens. I'm just saying, all of a sudden they're not just showing up. There's something going on behind all that, and it's more deceptive than you think. Not to say that things can't happen, but don't get caught up in that. Do not get caught up in that. Do not let them make us think it's us against the aliens, because that's going to be another distraction about what they're doing to us. That's all I'm going to say about that for today. We'll talk about it later. I know a lot of people, y'all have left messages about what you want me to do readings on, and I will do them this week. So you'll see some of your requests. Actually, I'll do readings for you this week. I'll call your name out and say, you know, this is for you. And so leave a message if you want me to talk about something else you have in mind this week. This is a great week to do it. I'm going to have my pulse on what's going on, because I think as a psychic and as a tarot reader, that it's my duty to warn and to let people know. I mean, there's a lot of people out there trying to warn you who are not psychics. They're just economists, or they're news people, or they're, you know, just people who just kind of feel what's going on, taking the pulse of what's happening in the world, and who are trying to figure out and how to warn people and how to help people prepare. And I'm one of those people, and I just hope you all listen, and I hope you're not just listening, you're actually taking action, okay? So have a great day. I love you all. Blessings.